This podcast is brought to you by the Mawa High School Sports Talk Club.
Welcome back, Thunderbirds, to the Mawa High School Sports Talk podcast. You're here with Nicholas Bostigo,
Daniel Olmash,
Chase Moskowitz,
and we have our second special guest of the year, Mr. J's cousin and Miss Monahan's nephew, Will Monahan. Will, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be covering the NBA, NHL playoffs, and the NFL draft. So let's get right into this. Let's start with the NBA playoffs. We had a few thrillers going down. We had a lot of upsets, too, which was very nuts. First thing I'm going to talk about is the locals. Go New York, go, baby. The New York Knicks defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 games and will now take on the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference semifinals. So,
that was just a great series. Mitchell Robinson, man, what a great big man.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. One takeaway I really thought of this is that Jalen Brunson easily becomes the best signing for us in the offseason. Just the production that guy has put up over the course of the year.
That's been the best signing in 25 years.
100%.
There's no greater signing than him.
I mean, and now we talk about the next round. We're going to be playing the Miami Heat, the 8th
Great
seed.
team.
They're a great team, and Jimmy Butler.
Are they getting Tyler Hero back in the second
Nah, he broke
I
his
don't think
hand.
so. That's my other thing is Julius Randle. Is he going to be back
And then
in
Victor
time?
Oladipo. And
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough series. Just because of that they're the 8th seed and we're the 5th seed, it doesn't matter anymore. We're playing for the finals, baby.
Underdog team now. Cannot go down now.
Easily.
We got home court advantage the first 2 games.
Thank God.
We play Sunday at 1 o'clock, which is big.
You guys need to go up 2-0.
We need to go up
immediately.
at least.
You need those 2 game spans.
If we can split the first 2 games, I'll take it. If we can go up 2-0, that's getting greedy, and yeah.
My biggest takeaway from this series is that we need to lock down Jimmy Butler. Have you guys been watching Jimmy Butler and the Bucks?
Dude, if fantasy was still going on during this time, I would have won the championship.
Jimmy is going
56
rogue.
points. That's like Michael Jordan numbers, close to it. I mean, I'm saying now, what is he, 3rd all time for
Something like that.
most points scored in one game in the playoffs?
That's crazy.
In the closing series. Amazing, lights out. And you see that shot that he made, that he was on the tip of his back, and then he goes
0.5 seconds left.
0.5 seconds left on the clock. I couldn't imagine it. I was just thinking in my head, Jimmy is just amazing.
That's my biggest fear.
You guys need to. I don't know who would you put on Jimmy Butler?
Josh Hart. Josh Hart.
Easy.
All day.
He's the greatest two-way player I think I've ever seen in my life.
He locked
my
down
God,
Donovan Mitchell. It was
that was easily a really good. I know that was easily a really good. Trade.
You can just cut it off.
I'm actually really happy that I went off there.
Yeah, good job.
Easily really good trade deadline signing in my opinion, and I'm really happy to have him. So I think even the connection between him and Brunson is going to be good. But I also like to talk about the Kings Warriors for a minute.
This is me.
And I really like this because the Warriors were down 2-0 in the series, and they've been winning right now. And take it away, Dan.
Okay. As a beloved Warriors fan, do not call me a bandwagon because I know at least 15 of the greatest players of all time that played for the Warriors.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say. So the Warriors here, very different situations than what we've seen from the past. It's usually superstar teams. We're blowing these teams out 4-0. We would have usually been in the second round by now. But here's the thing. Steph, he's 34 years old. He's just amazing, always just going to be probably the greatest shooter of all time. And I honestly feel like that Draymond, he's been doing amazing. Last night, 21 points, 8 assists, and 10 rebounds.
That's a big help. He's a good big man. All right, guys, so off from the NBA, we got the NHL playoffs right now.
Hockey boys, take it away.
Yeah,
I'm nervous. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm nervous right now. The Rangers and the Devils, they play Game 5 tonight at the Prudential Center at 7 o'clock. And the Devils have just bounced back from the Rangers after the Rangers were up 2-0. And it's scary right now, in my opinion.
I'm sorry for you guys.
The Devils, they're playing that new Schmidt guy, and he's
really
just
good.
really good. I think the Devils took an absolute gamble, and they hit the jackpot with this one. But,
Definitely.
But listen, it's a 7-game series for a reason. But now it's a best-of-3 series. Yeah. And my biggest takeaway is that the Rangers need to lock down Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes is basically the team, and he gives me nightmares.
Exactly. Honestly, you got to think about the series as a 0-0 series and just first to 3 or first to 2 wins. It's the 2 games that we lost, the 2 games that we won, they're done with. They're over. It's Devils home, us, and then maybe Devils again for Game 7.
I'd like to talk about another series that's going on right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Ooh, yes.
The Toronto Maple Leafs have not made it past the first round of the NHL playoffs since 2004. They are up 3-1 on the Tampa Bay Lightning and could potentially make history tonight. I believe that they are playing tonight. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I
but
think so.
I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bruins are still dominant as always.
Bruins are dominant. I mean, the Panthers, they're
Still
keeping
going to
themselves
Game
alive.
6.
They're
still Game
they're
6,
putting up
man.
a fight. A lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be a sweep, but
for 'em.
they're putting
And they're
up a
home.
fight.
They're home in the next game, Game 6.
That's right.
See what
Yeah.
Brady
Yeah.
can do.
You never know. I mean, they had that overtime winner. I think that was last night or the night before.
That was last night.
So they play on Friday night.
Okay.
Honestly,
know.
my bold opinion here, the only 7-game series that's actually going to go to 7 games is Rangers versus Devils. I'm sorry, and I think who would get?
I mean,
who would
Seattle,
get?
Colorado.
Seattle.
Who would get home advantage in Game 7? Who do we think?
That's New Jersey.
If the Rangers, Game 7 go to the Devils, but
Yeah, that's what I was
but
saying.
have you been looking at the stands of these games? It's
Yeah,
a sea of
packed.
blue.
It's
It's a sea of
crazy.
blue.
See, yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
because New York they're commuting right across the bridge, man.
the bridge.
Yeah, it's like I know like that's when like a lot of teams will tell a lot of these ticket websites don't sell tickets to these people that are outside this region. You can't really do that in this
Yeah,
area.
it's
In this
That's like-
region, yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, right now we've had no advancements in the first 5 or 6 games. You really don't know. I mean, Carolina is leading New York Islanders 3-2, but again, they're home now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Another series I would actually like to point out, which I've also been very interested in, is the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings series. This has just been a full-on bloodbath. This is a rematch from last year, and these teams have not stopped. It's been LA, it's been Edmonton, it's been both, just the entire series. And I think Edmonton's eventually going to be the winner of this, but this can easily go to a 7-game.
I mean, this has just been it's been a really great playoffs for NHL, honestly.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna wrap this up by saying these 2 other series that I think that we wanted to talk about is the Seattle Kraken in their first season in the National Hockey League playoffs against the Colorado Avalanche, the defending champions. Seattle's up 3-2 in the series right now. This could go to I think if this goes to Game 7, this will be one of the most exciting Game 7s.
I think I got
in
Seattle.
the series. I don't think Colorado's just going to let up that easy. Although the Kraken have been creating momentum, I think that Colorado's eventually going to end up winning this series.
Yeah. All right. So now we got the NFL draft tonight, 8:00. What do you think, Dan?
Oh, just amazing. My favorite time of the year in April. I always look forward to it late year. Okay, so I've done plenty of mock drafts in my day. Bryce Young. Okay, CJ Stroud going in the top 5. I think he's going to go to the 12th pick for
Really?
the Texans. Yes, because there's a QB test that the QBs have to take every year. It's like an awareness test. Chase, have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ Stroud scored an 18% on this QB awareness test. And that's just absurd for a parent franchise guy,
Yeah.
Like, Chase, what do you think about, Bryce Young going number 1 overall to the Panthers, who traded, like, a lot to the Bears?
I think he's going to go number 1. Panthers are going to be a really good team. And if it's not Bryce Young, then it's probably either C.J. Stroud. But I think they need a quarterback, and Bryce Young is the number 1.
Okay.
Danny, I'm going to point to I think you're absolutely insane if you think that C.J. Stroud is not going to go in the top 5. You look at the top 5 teams. You look at the Panthers, Texans, Cardinals, Colts, and Seahawks.
They all need
3 of these teams are in desperate need of quarterbacks. Carolina's changing their quarterback every year.
Yes, you're
the
right.
Texans have Davis Mills,
yeah.
and the Indianapolis Colts are just cycling
have Matt
out.
Ryan.
I don't
They're
know.
recycling.
I don't know if
quarterbacks.
you guys seen the combine, but Anthony Richardson, combine-wise, is the most skilled quarterback in this
No,
class.
he was definitely skilled,
Do-
but
do
I
you-
think just if you look at like C.J. Stroud, his
Oh, I'm not doubting that his football.
draft stock has been rising.
Yes,
like over
his
the past
his
couple
football IQ is amazing, but I'm just saying, like, like you're passing, you're not getting that good of a score on the test that you should easily pass. He played quarterback
Like
all
for a
4
whole
years.
month, people like in the beginning like, oh yeah,
CJ
Bryce Young's gonna go first, and then for like a whole month or a month and a half, it's like, oh, CJ Stroud.
You're 100% correct. And
then now people are going back, oh yeah, maybe Bryce
you
Young
know
or
what
something.
scares me? The Philadelphia Eagles have 2 first-round picks. 2 first-round picks, and one of them is right at 10. And who are they going to pick? The most athletic guy in this draft, Bijan Robinson. I thought this guy was going to fall to the 2nd round, and the Giants would have just got him right back up because we don't know the Saquon situation, do we? Saquon may not re-sign with us. But here's the thing: if the Giants are in desperate need of a wide receiver, desperate.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers gained 15 pounds of muscle. He is 6'3" and he gained 185. Oh my God!
I was just having a conversation with another Thunderbird. I'm not going to mention the name, but it was like they were like, oh, Zay Flowers, he's going to drop to like the 2nd or 3rd round. I'm like, are you insane? Have you been seeing this guy's combine?
Amazing.
Like, it's just unbelievable, and I think that like. Just Zay Flowers would just be the perfect fit for the Giants right now, and I would love to see him in that spot.
I don't know if you guys saw, but I follow the Giants on YouTube. They have this all-new draft room where Joe Schoen, our amazing GM, I hate Dave Gettleman now because of how good Joe Schoen is. Mm-hmm. Did you see that the new draft room, technology is great, draft room great, you could do
the future's bright. The
future is so good in big blue.
Like we're gonna be good for many years to come, and people
this
don't
is
really
the dynasty
realize
that we've been needing since like the Phil Simms and Eli Manning
That
era.
was such a good dynasty.
Like
we found now that Daniel Jones is a reliable quarterback.
Yes, he is very reliable.
He's always
quarterback.
been.
The problem is that he needs weapons.
We need
he's
protection.
He's got Darren Waller. Add Zay Flowers.
No, 2 words for Daniel Jones' vocabulary and Joe Schoen: protection and assets. Assets and protection are going to be the number one thing in this draft. If I'm Joe Schoen, I'm looking at guys like Jordan Addison, 6'3",
I love Jordan Addison.
175
I saw his
pounds.
combine.
If we could get him, I know this is a long shot, but even if Jackson Smith-Njigba or Ohio State, I love this guy. In my opinion, number 1 wide receiver in the class.
I love that too, but I don't see him falling that far.
But here's the thing: even if these 2 guys, Quentin Johnson, this guy's amazing from TCU.
The wide receiver, they're
not going to fall. They're not going to fall out of the top 15. But if we could either get Zay Flowers or Jordan Addison,
we're going to get one.
We're going to get one.
My conclusion is that regardless of the wide receiver that the Giants get in this draft, which an upgrade. If the Giants don't get a wide receiver, they're dumb. They're dumb. But whatever wide receiver the Giants end up landing, it's gonna be good, no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. For my final remarks, with the protection of one of the new Joe Schoen's vocabulary words. I'm just saying here that Joe Tippmann is a very underrated center. This guy is
from. We can get him 2nd round.
Yes, he's falling to. We have the 57th pick in the 2nd round. If this guy falls, please take him, or even a guy like John Michael Schmitz. This guy right here is an absolute beast. Thunderbirds, it's been great. Let's go.